Hi guys, so today's video is going to be on how to plan a wedding when you're on a tight budget. So my husband and I got married a little over a year ago, and we were on a pretty strict budget when we were planning our wedding. So along the way we discovered a few little ways on how we can save some money, and so I figured I would share those tips with you in case any of you are planning a wedding and you're on a strict budget. The first tip on budgeting for a wedding is to do things yourself. So DIY projects, do-it-yourself projects for decorations, for invitations, for table centerpieces. You can do a lot of projects at home before your wedding, and that can save you a lot of money, so that way you don't have to rent certain decorations. So online, especially on Pinterest, there's a lot of great ideas on different decorations and how to do them, and so you can go on Pinterest, you can find something that you really like and just try to do it yourself, and it'll save you some money, and it also will add a nice little touch to your wedding knowing that you personally did some of the decorations yourself. My next tip is on music. So DJs are super expensive, or they can be, and so one thing I recommend is renting some speakers or borrowing some speakers from a friend and hooking them up to a playlist on your iPod or iPhone or iPad. So you can make some playlists ahead of time. For my wedding I had a playlist for ceremony music and then reception music, and for reception music I did like normal music and then dance music, and I just had one of my husband's brothers in charge of the music, and he knew when to change it to the certain songs, and it saved us a lot of money on not having to rent or find a DJ, and we just had all of our music on a playlist. The next way to save money is on your venue. So some cheap venues are parks or backyards, or if you're not into parks or backyards and you're looking to rent a venue, then be smart about what day you book your venue on. So certain months are more expensive for booking venues. So if the weather's nice outside, chances are then the venue is going to be a little bit more expensive for those times of months. And then also what day you book your venue on can affect the price as well. So if you're booking your wedding on a Friday or Saturday, especially a Friday or Saturday night, those are going to be more expensive than if you book your venue for a weekday or earlier in the morning. My next tip is on finding a photographer. So I think it's really important to have a great photographer for your wedding, because after the wedding day is done and all the decorations are packed away and all the guests have left, the pictures that your photographer takes are going to be what you remember your wedding by. So I think it's important to have a really great photographer. So if you can't afford someone who's professional, then looking for a photography school that's around you would be a great idea, because they're going to have professional equipment and professional quality and experience, but they're not going to necessarily be a professional. The next tip I have is on flowers. So something I might recommend is using silk flowers, especially for some of your decorations. Silk flowers, they look real, but they're fake flowers and they never die too. So you can use these for your bouquet if you'd like, but if you want to have real flowers for your bouquet, then maybe using silk flowers for some of your decorations can cut back on the cost and save you a little bit of money. My next tip is on hair and makeup. So a lot of us know at least one person who's really good at doing hair and makeup, so maybe asking them if they can do your wedding hair and makeup, or if you can't find someone to do your hair and makeup, then go to a beauty school or cosmetology school and see if they have any students who are willing to be hired to do your makeup. So they're going to be cheaper, but they're also going to have great beauty supplies and the training of a beautician or cosmetologist to do your hair and makeup. My next tip is on finding the perfect dress. So wedding dresses are very expensive, or at least they can be, and finding the right dress that's in your budget can be hard. So one thing I recommend is looking online. I actually found my wedding dress on Etsy, and what I did is I found the dress that I wanted and I sent them my measurements, and they shipped my dress within a month and it came to my door. And I know a lot of you are probably like, wow, that is really sketchy, and I was a little sketched out until I got my dress, and I was super happy with how it turned out. So for you online shoppers, that could be a great option. If you're not into online shopping, then finding a wedding dress shop that sells a lot of clearance dresses or dresses that are put on sale. My next tip is to get family and friends involved. So my husband and I are so thankful that we had so many family and friends that helped out with our wedding and made it come together. If you have a bunch of support and family and friends that can help you, use your family and friends that can help you, whether they're helping you make decorations, or maybe you find a family friend who's going to make your cake. Using your family and friends can be super helpful. My last tip is to borrow as many things as you can. So borrow Borrow shoes, borrow jewelry, borrow decorations, borrow whatever you can, because borrowing is free and borrowing can save you some money. Alright guys, those are my little tips on how to plan a wedding when you're on a tight budget. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other great tips, leave it in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!